When it comes to our lives, one of the most important things forgotten or taken for granted is the privilege of just being alive. It's easy to not think about how big of a privilege living really is as we go through our lives from day to day. It's also easy to spend our thoughts and emotions on all the things we don't have and wish we did, instead of acknowledging the one true greatest gift we'll ever receive: life. Today, with episode 23, I'm going to give you a lesson from my 7 books of wisdom to help you not only recognize how great the gift of life really is, but also how to live your life honoring that privilege. Today, I'm going to go from book 1, Freeing Your Mind, to Forever Succeed. This is book 1 of my 7 books of wisdom. So I'm going to read you the quote, and then there's 3 parts. There's the reality, the plan, and the action. It's about a 2 to 3 minute process. Now I'm going to elaborate on each one today, but it's still going to go pretty quick. So here's the quote. Here's what I want to stick in your mind. Some say time is money, but it's much more valuable. Either way, nobody can afford to waste it. Yeah. Here's the reality. Here's what I'm talking about with this quote. Time is much more valuable than money ever will be. And for that reason, there's not a single one of us who can afford to waste it. Time is something we can't buy. We can't get back what we've spent. We can't save it up for later. And the most significant thing of all, we never know how much of it we have left. I think we all have taken time for granted at different points throughout our lives. But as we get older, it naturally becomes something we begin to cherish a heck of a lot more. Time stands still for no one, and it will continue to click off regardless of what we do to try to slow it down. But there are 2 things we can do when it comes to time. Make the best of every minute, and be thankful for the fortune that has been bestowed upon us. Every single thing we enjoy and experience is because we're alive. And I know a lot of people might think, well, that's obvious. Yeah, but is it in the forefront of your thoughts? That's the question. Do you think about it? Do you take time during your day to think about, man, you know what? I may be facing a challenge, and I may be having some difficult times, or I might be facing some uncertainty, or, I really don't want to go to work today, or I don't want to talk to this person, or I don't really want to do this. Okay, but do you think that none of that happens if you're not alive? That's a privilege. The experience of life, and no matter how hard it may be sometimes, it's still a privilege. Look, there are a lot of people who aren't here anymore, and there are a lot of people whose life was cut short because of different situations. The fact that you are alive is the biggest privilege of all, and that's what you've got to have in your heart. And you want to live your life that way. You want to honor the privilege of being alive. You want to honor the privilege of having abilities that you have, regardless of what they are. You want to honor the privilege of being able to do things on your own, to breathe, to move around, to enjoy life. Those are the things that I truly feel many of us take for granted as we go through our daily routines. We go through from week to week, month to month. We go to work, we come home, we eat, we go work out, we take care of our kids, we have a few phone calls, and of course, there's the ever popular social media, right? We're not able to have anything if we're not alive, right? That gift of life is everything. And I encourage you to go through your life every day of your life, honoring that privilege by the way you live. Here's the plan, and it has a lot to do with what I just said. It's always a good idea to reflect on and be humbled by how precious time is. Although it's easy to lose touch with how short life is, you can keep it in front of you and the front of your mind by thinking about it when you wake up in the morning and again before you go to sleep. During the day is a great time to reflect on your life. But if you can acknowledge at the beginning and end of every day how fortunate you are to be the receiver of the most precious gift given, your time in life will be anything but wasted. There's a couple of times I mentioned there. A lot of people meditate. I think that's a great time to honor the privilege of being alive, to acknowledge the gift you have of living. But when you wake up in the morning, this is a crucial time for you that sets the pace for the rest of the day. I have a 2-minute habit that I teach people. It's in the podcast. I think it's episode 21. It's the 2-minute habit. And I try to get you to do it the minute your feet hit the floor. So before you look at that phone, before you turn on the TV, before you go, let that mind start being influenced by the many stimuluses that are out there, the TV, your phone, just the thoughts you may have in your head. That is the time that you have an opportunity to set in motion positivity, to get your mind in a positive state, because the day is going to offer up a lot of opportunities for things not to go so well. But if you can get that thing in motion in a positive direction, when those things happen during your day, when those challenging situations happen, maybe it's something at work, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's a medical situation. We can get that beautiful mind of yours processing positive things before the day has a chance to get a hold of you. The chances of your day turning out to be something really nice and positive, the chances increase greatly. So, when you raise up out of that bed and you turn and your feet hit that ground, that's a moment where you want to honor the privilege of being alive. I'd like to see you do it throughout the day. Yeah, it's a nice thing to do. I mean, it resets you into a positive mode. The other time is right before you go to sleep. Because you guys know, man, let me tell you, I watch TV. I watch TV before I go to sleep. And there's certain things I like. I happen to like scary movies. I like horror movies. Yes, I do. So, and a lot of times I will have a similar dream to what I watch on TV. That's your mind. Those are the thoughts you're putting in there that are going to be locked in there while you sleep. Okay? Now, I have a little process. I go through the 2-minute habit before I go to sleep. But I also do go through some other positive affirmations. And this is the time where you want to, again, honor the privilege of being alive before you go to sleep. Think about good things. Think about all the wonderful things you've experienced in your life. Don't concentrate so much on the challenges. Think about your family, your friends, your significant other, your joy, your happiness. Here's one. Man, you are alive. You have the chance to go make something happen. You got another shot at it. Go to sleep with that in your head. Positivity. And then wake up and do it again. Okay? I'm counting on you. Now, here's your action. It's basically what I just told you, but I'm going to read it to you. You may already do this, but if you don't, now's a good time to start. When you wake up in the morning and again before you go to sleep, take a moment to think how lucky you are to be alive, to have the chance at another day, and to have friends and family. If you do this daily, the rest will take care of itself, and you will most certainly spend your time well. The biggest privilege of all is being alive. Be sure to honor that privilege by the way you live. Talk to people, help people, have a servant heart. Appreciate the fact that you're able to do things man, that a lot of people aren't able to do. Maybe they had those abilities and they were taken away from them. Dedicate your effort to those less fortunate. Look, there are a lot of people out there doing a lot more than you are with a lot less. Yeah, catch up. Catch up to them. Devote a part of your every day to someone less fortunate than you. You do that, and your life it may go fast, and it does. As we get older, it goes fast. But man, it's going to be a wonderful thing for you. Friends, if you're seeking a path to emotional freedom and a life of fulfillment, my 7 books of wisdom are the keys to unlock that door. This isn't just reading. It's a journey to become the best version of you. Start today by visiting 7booksofwisdom.com. That's the number 7, books of WHISDOM.com. Let's take this step together towards a future filled with possibility and joy. I'm Bobby Wisnan. Thanks for listening.